All right, we are live back here. This is part two of the groundbreaking, soon-to-be franchised forming Dispatch. I'm here with, once again, Matt Ravis, and we're going to continue our discussion. And I'm actually going to move my way back here a little bit so I can get a little closer to Matt. We'll make sure you can hear him just as well. Voice check, Matt Ravis. Check in on a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
There it is. Here it is. We're live once again here from Boom U. And the part one, we discussed quite a bit about we talked about Chesapeake Energy a little bit, but then we also had the opportunity to talk about the headline, which was sort of fun, showing you how headlines can maybe, just sort of not tell the complete story or perhaps show one side or encourage one thought. Such is perhaps the way that the mind is shaped by the brain. I don't know. Now, Matt is interested in music and basketball and writing about it. Do you still write poetry, Matt?
Yes, I do. I write songs, I write poetry, whatever.
Okay, you're writing your songs. Are you writing them on a guitar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been playing guitar since 7th grade.
Okay, now, the songs that you're writing, would you say they sort of follow a specific approach? Like, do you try and find the tune in your head and then the lyrics come, or?
Yeah, so everybody I know has their own method, but what I do is I'll just mess around and try to create a melody or some sort of interesting thing and try to make a chord progression on the guitar and then write lyrics to that. I try to get a certain feel to it and then put lyrics to it.
So the music's coming first.
Yep.
Then you get the lyrics. All right. We are here at Boom U, and it's summertime, so you got the patio out here, as you can tell, isn't exactly packed with people, but that'll all change here in the fall when this thing just goes nutso.
They're all in Texas right now.
They are. There's a lot of them in Texas and other areas, adjacent states, as well as probably from all over the world. Folks, they're coming to Boom U from all over the world. We talked a lot about the energy that last episode, and we're going to talk about green energy as well, because this show, Energy Boom, what we at least attempt to do is sort of gather up the two stories that are occurring, the oil and gas boom and the marijuana boom, and then blend them into that big pot of confluence that we talked about, and just see what we can't sort of learn about the world as well as learn about ourselves, if that's possible. We don't want to get too deep here. We're not even 3 minutes into the hour. Although, you know what? This would be a good opportunity. Matt Ravis, journalism student, poet at large. I'm going to challenge you. How about your thoughts on, for example, what do you think is the most emotional style of music?
Oh, no, that's an easy one for me. I am a huge punk music fan because of I think ideal punk isn't any certain music genre, but just like raw emotion and energy in musical form, usually up-tempo, fast. So it kind of lends itself towards more angry and more, I guess, more depressive lyrics, but there are some punk songs that are also very happy.
All right.
So
very interesting. Okay, now, give me the pillars of punk. Who are the godfathers?
The godfathers, well, I mean, you got to go with the people who started it. Black Flag, Minor's Threat, Fugazi, all of those sort of bands really brought it to the forefront.
Yeah.
And it's really just evolved. Now you have all kinds of genre. There's folk punk, there's pop punk, there's acid punk, there's any word you want to put in front of punk. There's genre.
Would you say that Katy Perry is a practicing punker?
I would not say. I don't know. I respect. Yeah, I guess so. She's fairly emotional. She writes her own songs. I can respect that.
You gotta love that. I have to tell you something, Matt Ravis.
I'm pretty sure she writes her own songs.
I think she might too, and I was sort of surprised at your response there, but it's thoughtful if you think about it, because she's emotional as she's writing her own stuff, and so maybe that is one of the hallmarks of punk. Okay, now let me ask you this. So punk is definitely sort of the musical style that's getting to you. You say you enjoy poetry. Any poets that you really enjoy their work?
Yeah, really, guys like Bukowski, I guess. Bukowski was he just got to right down to the human condition. I feel like that's the most important part of any piece of art.
Yeah.
Is you just have to relate it to just what it feels like to be human.
Okay.
In his poetry, I can can really relate to it.
And his name is?
Charles Bukowski.
Charles Bukowski. Okay, so kids out there that are watching this show, and by the way, our goal by 2020, which is a good 6 years from now, is to have 20 viewers. That's how ambitious we are here at Energy Boom 101. Okay, so remember that name, and please tell us one more time.
Charles Bukowski.
Remember that name, kids, because it sounds like a pretty badass kind of fella that lays it down.
He's pretty self-loathing if you're into that.
Oh, yeah?
He's an interesting character.
All right. We are going to. I'm gonna give Matt a little overview about what went on yesterday in the green patch, because there's some pretty crazy stuff. Part of the show is talking about the marijuana boom that's going on, which right now is really easy to see on Wall Street, more so than you can see it on Main Street. But since you and I were talking right here from the heart of Boom U, there is some cannabis-friendly businesses that are sprouting up, budding. Let's use it right now. Let's trademark it and use it. No one can ever use that kind of joke again when you talk about marijuana. You can't say that industries are budding. It won't happen. Billy Crystal has had it. But we do have, I think, 2 or 3 different new businesses in town. We have a Fatheads. You got a Fatheads going in on Boom U's campus corner. Now, Fatheads provides accessories. And they also have a few water pipes in the window. So I'm just going to... Tobacco use only, of course. And so that, I'm going to say that's probably a cannabis-friendly kind of business, but, I'm just throwing that out. Now, there also, I understand, is a new art studio at the end of Main Street, downtown Norman, just east, kids, of Porter Street, and that's 420 Studios. 420 being a common moniker for marijuana or cannabis.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Someone just told me. So apparently that, I would say, would at least suggest to you that there seems to be a cannabis-friendly sort of branding occurring. But the best, of course, and I'm going to break the story right here at Energy Boom 101, because I'm not afraid to tell you the tough stories here, especially when I have the power of Matt Ravis with me. If anyone in Norman wants to go have a pretty good burger, and you want to go downtown Norman, here's where you go. You go to S&B Burger Joint. I want you to remember that, because their slogan is they are the home of the fatty. I want you to remember that term. And then I want you to look at their logo, which is clearly a joint that is burning smoke. So,
That's so funny to me.
not that we would ever want to get anyone in trouble. We simply want to point out that what we think is a culture that is more accepting now of cannabis branding, And so that's one thing we want to show, and we think we can show that on Main Street, Norman. And we also think we can show on Wall Street this crazy marijuana mania by simply looking at the different marijuana stocks. There's probably 35 of them. You can go to a really good website called marijuanaindex.org, and it gives you a nice overview of what's happening at the end of the day with all these different stocks and the news that's going on. I can tell you from visiting this website, I believe I learned that in November we will have Alaska and Washington, D.C., and then one other state are going to bring the question up, the medical marijuana question up for vote. I wish I could remember the other state, but it's someone, Alaska and Washington, D.C. Oregon, there you go. Oregon, Alaska, and Washington, D.C. You see that, kids? The recall, it's like a bear trap. But that's going to be happening, and there also was a huge activity in a company yesterday called Cannabis Sativa, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can check them out and see what their business is. You'll want to make note that yesterday they decided to end the day's trading up 48%, which is an enormous jump. Imagine gaining or losing 48% of your weight at the end of the day. So that's reflective of what's happening in the marijuana industry on Wall Street right now, which in my opinion, which is incredibly ill-informed at best, is that this is basically reflecting the internet boom and bust that occurred in the 90s, which was an indicator of a brand new sector emerging called the frickin' internet. So I think what you're seeing now is a marijuana mania that is a indicator of of the frenzied activity that everyone sees and the potential for a brand new industry to come online. And so it's a pretty easy story to follow as far as being hindsight. We just wait till the end of the day. But Cannabis Sativa is a stock that yesterday settled up 48%. Now, Do you have any friends here at Boom U that are currently investing in any of these stocks or trading any of them?
Just one coworker that I know of. I
Okay.
don't have too many stock market savvy friends. I'm trying to learn about it myself right now.
I'm here. I'm down. Well, I can assure you won't be learning about it at this show because we don't have a clue what's going on here. We just know that there is a confluence that we feel like we can establish evidence of, and it is the confluence of oil and gas and the optimism that comes from that, and then the cannabis industry and the compassion that comes from that, and it's being blended in this lovely little barrel of happiness, this barrel of compassion that we hope this university, and more importantly this town, we want to do an awful lot of shows on downtown Norman. We hope that this town can put to good use the economic growth that will occur over the next 1, 3, 5, 10 years and create not only a really kick-ass downtown, but I hope we can clearly demonstrate what good things we've done, however we decide to do them. I have a question for you, Matt Ravis. I challenge you, my good man. If a significant amount of profit were made on the buying and the selling of a particular, let's say it was a marijuana stock, and we decided that we were going to pull off 20% of our profits and donate it to a really good cause here in Norman, where would you want to put that money?
That's a great question.
And I have to tell you, the money wouldn't be enormous. It would be, let's say, $10,000 to $15,000. Where would you want to put it? Where can it be best used to create, something good?
Man, that's a great question. I wasn't prepared for that one.
Maybe in so you definitely like music. So do you think maybe I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe some sort of donation to the arts. That would be that would be logical.
Okay, there you go. A donation to the
also,
arts.
I kind of feel like there's a lack of women's outreach resources here. I mean, there is at the university.
Yeah.
If you're a student, but obviously not all women here are students, and that's one thing that I feel like is kind of lacking in this town.
Well, there you go. I can tell you that we just easily found the target. If there's money to be made and then redirected in a responsible manner, we've got a very good suggestion from our journalist extraordinaire, Matt Ravis, for women's outreach. You see how easy that is? Now all we've got to do is find the money. So had we known that cannabis sativa was going to go up 48%, we probably would have cashed in, and we would have pulled out a little and sent it to the way of the responsible. We are now getting close to 13 minutes into the hour here at the K Barrel. We just suddenly decided to switch format into a radio talk show. We're morphing left and right here. Before things do shut down, Matt, with your permission, I would like to do a quick scan into the oil logs of today's newspaper and just play a little game we called Oil Patch Jazz, where we just report to the folks out there the actual results from these different drilling companies in the counties where they're drilling. Oh, shit. Hold on. It's 13 and a half minutes into it. We have a minute and a half. I'm with Matt Ravis. It is July, 10th?
It's the 11th today.
Today's the 11th, by golly. It's 7-11?
Wait.
Holy shit. Or is it the 10th?
Oh, no.
It's the 10th.
It's the 10th.
It's July 10th, and here come the bells of Boom U. Silence, please. That's the second bong. You're going to hear 6 bongs. And that doesn't mean you take a bong hit. It just means you're going to hear 6 bongs. There's 4. 5. And by the way, the best thing is after this 6th bong, which is right there, you're going to hear a lovely little musical tribute to something. It could be the Oklahoma song. I wish they'd do Jethro Tull's Aqualung, personally.
There you go.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you, Matt Ravis. If you could play a song after the bells, what would it be?
I'm going to play Positively 4th Street just because I'm thinking about a lot of people.
I like
right
it.
now whose message it's pertinent to.
I think that's a lovely, lovely thought. Matt Ravis is more than happy to spin the classic stacks of hot wax with Bob Dylan's Positively 4th Street as the bells of Boom U provide this glorious little background support to this story, which probably has no real sense whatsoever. But we have 20 seconds left. We didn't get to Oil Patch Jazz. That's okay. I feel like we had another great second round with Matt Ravis. That is a 30-minute interview. That's groundbreaking. And Matt, please tell everyone goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm happy to be on.
Thank you very much, Matt Ravis. We are checking out now. 3, 2, 1, boom.